What's going on, guys? Alright, so today we're going to be looking at rotoscoping. This is going to be a intermediate slash advanced tutorial, so I'll expect that you guys will have some knowledge of using InDesign previously, like opening up a new document and things like that. But we are going to be looking at some features that are going to be important. For example, using the brush tool and how to use the brush tool to create our rotoscope, right, animation. So if we go up to our classic brush tool here, so we've got our fill color, we're going to change that to a red, and we're going to go to paint normal. So this is going to be a normal, this is how we just use the normal brush tool, and we're just going to create a circle. So as you can see, paint normal, and we're just going to draw a rough circle. So that would be how we would use the brush tool to draw like our outlines and things like that. If we go to paint fills only, what will happen, let's change that to green, and we'll see that that will now color lines that we've already drawn, or the places that have already been filled. So we use that to color line work. Paint behind, let's change that to a cool orange color, and as you can see, or sorry, blue color, and as you can see, that will allow us to paint behind the lines that we've already established. And we're going to miss that one out, paint selection, we're going to go to paint fill, and we're going to change that to this cool yellowy color, and as it says on the tin, that will allow us to paint behind the lines that we've drawn. So if it comes to coloring in our image, then that will allow us to do that pretty darn smoothly and come out with a really nice level finish. Yeah, so let's get rid of that. How do we import a video that we want to rotoscope? So if we just go up to file, so just at the top left here, if we just select that, if we scroll down to import, we're going to go to import video. We're going to go to embedded H.264 video in timeline. We're going to click on browse to find our video. We're going to click on our video. We're going to hit OK. We're going to hit next. We don't need to include the audio because we're not going to be using audio for this, so we're just going to hit next again. And here is our video. So as you can see, it's been put onto our timeline. It's about 5.5 seconds long. If we hit the play button, then we can see it's a cool little double punch action there. Alright, so that is how we import our video ready for editing. Now we're going to use our brush tool to go through and insert our frame by frame. So here we can see that we've already done that, but I want to break down a couple of things to you guys first and foremost. So something that I noticed a lot of people are doing is they're just kind of drawing around the image and just copying it, and that's it. But the whole point of rotoscoping is that we actually understand or get a better understanding and a better flow of how the body moves naturally. So what I'd recommend doing, even though it's a little more time consuming, well actually it's a lot more time consuming, is actually break down the movement of the body using simple shapes like what we do when we construct either a face or a full body. So starting off with, you know, the head, we've got our torso block, we've got our pelvic block, we've got the circle for the shoulders, bicep, tricep area, forearms and hands, just so that we've got a better understanding of the movement and actually go through frame by frame. We're working at 12 frames per second here, and actually input that to create our construction for our entire image. Once we've done that and we're happy with it, we can see it over the top of our video here, so we can see how it follows on. So it could be very rough, you know, just as long as we're getting the breakdown and the understanding of how the body is moving, you know. And then once we've done that, then we can hide the video again. You can see the movement looks pretty smooth. We're happy with that movement. Then we could go in and draw in our details over the top of that. So you know, you might switch it up. You might decide to use a black pen. So if I go back to paint normals, and then just go over the top of it and actually paint in what we want to keep. So again, simple circle for the head, same way that we broke it down for the construction of our of the faces. Simple shapes to construct our image. We then bring in we then over the top of that, we then draw in our details in whichever style, whichever is our preferred style, to the point that we're happy with it, and then it becomes our own image. So it's now our We've taken the movement from the original but kept our own. Once we're happy with our line work, then we go in, we add color to each frame, frame by frame. Yes, it is a very time consuming process, but that is animation for you guys. So using the techniques that I showed you with the brush earlier, paint fills, then that allows us to paint in all of the fill colors to the point that we're happy with it. Once we're happy with it, then that's all good. So again, going back, we've got our video, create a new layer, got our keyframe already set, so that's that little white circle there. Once we've got that selected, then we can go back to our paintbrush tool. We can draw. Oh, that's a bit too large, so we're gonna get rid of that. Just undo classic brush. We're gonna bring down the size of that by clicking on properties. Get selected, and we're gonna bring that down to say 3. 3 would be perfectly fine. And then we'll draw in the details. Zoom in a little bit. Now I am drawing with a mouse, so please forgive me, it will come out terrible, but just so you get the idea of it. Right, and then once we're happy with that, then we select our next frame. We can right click, insert blank keyframe. If we insert keyframe, then it will copy the previous frame. For some pieces of animation, that's all good, but you might just want to insert a blank one so you don't get kind of bogged down with what it is that you're working on. And we follow that process all the way through, breaking down the body as shown previously. Yeah. All right, so try that out. Takes a while, but bear with it and you will be pleased with the results.